Hello YouTube and welcome to another video. So this is me on my 90-day transformation where I'm trying to document it as much as I possibly can and keep myself accountable for it at the same time. I'm also putting things on my Instagram, so feel free to go and follow me up on my Instagram as much as you like. I'm going to show you in a minute how I calculated my maintenance and dropped myself down into a calorie deficit where I've gone from 89 kgs all the way down to 77.6 kgs, and I've done this in about 8 weeks time. Okay, so all you gotta do is just grab your phone. I'm going to show you step by step how I've done it as well, so it's super simple to do. Okay, because I follow a lot of Greg Doucette's videos, absolute legend, and then obviously I follow Remington James at the same time, again absolute legends as well. Their information on their videos are absolutely spot on. Okay, because if it wasn't for those videos, which I have been binge watching a lot of their videos, I wouldn't be where I am today. And I'm always studying, I'm always researching as well, I'm just constantly on it. Okay, so if you just grab your phones, I'm going to quickly show you how I calculated my maintenance and then dropped myself down into a deficit, and I'm going to go through it step by step with you. Okay, so you're going to bring up your phone and you are then going to go into this bit and you're going to type in TDEE calculator. Okay, once you've tapped that in, you're going to flick the middle one and then you're going to flick the top one just here. Okay, it's going to bring all this up where you're going to put your age, your weight, your height and everything in. Okay, so I'm going to put my age in. Okay, and then I'm going to put my weight in as well. So my weight is going to go into this bit. And then you're going to plug in your height. That's it. And then what we're going to do is, this is where you need to be honest with yourself now. You've got all of these options now. You need to be really honest how many times you train a week. Okay, because if you're not honest with yourself, it's not going to work properly. Okay, so to be completely honest, I'm going to put moderate. Don't worry about putting your body fat percentage. It's absolutely fine. We're just going to leave that as it is. Okay, as you can see, it says 2,641 and 18,485 for the week. Okay, that is my number. Now you can come down here and it'll spit out all these things for you as well, where you can go moderate fat, low carb or high carbs. Okay, you've got your maintenance here. You can just pick which one you want to do and then plug them into your MyFitnessPal. Entirely up to you. Or you can put yourself into a cutting, which automatically puts you into a 500 calorie deficit. Okay, do not touch the bulking one. Okay, because I think the bulking one is over exaggerating. It just gives you too many calories for a bulk and you're just going to end up putting on weight. Okay, but this is what I use to calculate everything. Okay, so as you can see, it spat out my maintenance at 2,600 calories. Now what you can do is you can plug in your 2,600 on MyFitnessPal if you wanted to. I'm going to show you how to work that in a minute, how to just set it all up. It's really simple to do. And you can stay on your maintenance for, let's say, 2 weeks just to see if it is your actual number. Obviously, if your weight starts to drop, you're in a calorie deficit. So just increase it by 50 calories each time, or even 100 each time. I normally do 50 if I was to do that. And then if you was going too high, then you just lower it down until you get a nice even line, because you will be weighing yourself every single day, because obviously you need to keep an eye on that as well, with the fluctuations which you're going to get when you weigh in as well on top. So as you can see, we've got our maintenance now. Okay, so we now need to create the calorie deficit. Okay, so that is my maintenance up here. Okay, so this is my maintenance all along here. Okay, so we now need to create that calorie deficit. Okay, so we now need to bring this thing down into your deficit. So this is the deficit, which is just here. Okay, so it's going to be calories in versus calories out. Okay, it's that simple. Okay, so we're going to bring our calories down. So I'm going to bring my calories down to 2,000. Okay, so I'm going to create a 600 calorie deficit. Okay, this big gap here is going to be your deficit. Okay, so you're going to be burning more calories that you consume. Okay, it's nice and easy. Okay, so what you're going to do, create the deficit. I'm going to show you in a minute how to do it on MyFitnessPal as well. So if you just quickly jump in, we're going to quickly show you how to set it all up on MyFitnessPal, because you will need to track when you're in your deficit. Okay, so you're going to go into your phone, you're going to look for MyFitnessPal. You are then going to go into the more options, and then as you can see, all these got the options, and then push goals. Okay, Now we're going to look for the nutrition goals, the calories, carbs, proteins and fats. We're going to click that. As you can see, it's just spat me out any random number. Okay, so as you know, my calories for my maintenance was 2,600. I'm now going to get this down to 2,000 calories. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I am going to bring my carbohydrates all the way down to 220. I am then going to bring my protein down to 190. And then we're just going to bring our fats down to 40. All the way down until you hit the 40. And there you go. It is that simple to play around with. As you can see, it's all set it up. You push the tick button and there you go. It's come up with my 2,000 calorie goal, which is my deficit, which I'm going to be hitting. Okay. And there's loads of things you can do in here just to have a look. I'm going to quickly show you mine. I'd already started it today. So there's your breakfast. So you've got your snacks. You've got your lunch. You've got your dinners. It's so simple to use. It takes seconds. And then once you've logged it in once, it's already saved in your system as well. It comes up with all your nutrition guide as well, which is just up there. And it's just so simple. You can keep an eye on everything. All you need to do is keep an eye on the protein, fats and the carbs. Okay, so once you've set up your maintenance, worked your maintenance out, then drop yourself into a deficit and then set it up into your MyFitnessPal. Now you don't need to do a big deficit like that. You can just go into a 200 calorie deficit if you want, or a 300 calorie deficit. If it's your first time, I do recommend you go into a smaller deficit. So just bring yourself into a 200 calorie deficit. If you're finding that really easy after a couple of weeks, you can bring it down a little bit lower. Don't go down any lower than about 600 though. That's what I normally recommend. I have gone lower before and I just felt absolutely crap trying to do it. This time I'm feeling a lot better. And obviously when you're in your calorie deficit, you need to be concentrating on the protein level. Okay, so you need to make sure your protein is number one key. Okay, all you got to do is get your proteins in, and then you've got to then get your carbs, and your fats will literally just fall into place. Okay, so the number one priority you need to be hitting is that protein. Okay, just make sure you're hitting at least 1 gram per pound of body weight. If you go over, you go over. So if I go over that 190, I go over that 190. Sometimes I'm hitting 240, 260 in the protein range, and I just let my carbs and my fats, I literally just let them fall into place. Obviously, if you're going to be doing a keto version, you just need to make sure you've got the carbohydrates down to around about 50. I think it's about 50, 40 or 50. You can go lower on that, and then you just get the fats in and your protein in at the same time. So there's loads of ways. You just pick which one's best for you. Just go with whichever diet's best for you as well. Some people prefer a keto diet, some people prefer a low carb diet, some people prefer a high carb diet. I find the high carb ones work really, really well for me. They just really do. I'm buzzing with the amount of energy that I've got. Okay, and then the next thing you need to be doing is you need to be weighing yourself daily. Okay, so you can get little trackers that are on your phone as well, and you can just weigh yourself daily, and it's got little charts on it as well. Because when you weigh yourself daily, obviously it's not going to come down in a straight line like that. Okay, everyone thinks that fat loss and weight loss is going to come down like that. It's not. Okay, it's going to come down and it's going to come up, it's going to come down, it's going to come back up, it's going to come down, it's going to come back up. Okay, but do not worry about it. As long as you're in your calorie deficit and you are hitting your numbers, it's everything that you need to calculate the numbers at the end of each week. That is going to be a total loss for it as well. Also make sure you're doing progress photos as well, so you've got some more data. So don't just go by the scales, go by your progress photos as well. Always do your front, side and your back, so you need to be doing them every single week. I don't really go by measurements anymore. What I do is I go by how my clothes are feeling, how I'm looking in the mirror, but I mainly use the weight scales and the progress photos, and absolutely works really well for me. I have got an update on how my weight loss journey is going in the next video for you as well. I have actually planned a holiday. We've got a secret holiday for the kids next week, so they don't know about it yet, but we're just going to literally just get them to pack their bags and they're just going to follow us. Okay, so I've got to try and stick in my calorie deficit. If not, I might just put myself back into a maintenance, because we're only going away for 4 days, so I might just recalculate, put myself back into a maintenance on those 4 days. Okay, if you want any more help, leave it in the comments section for me underneath and I'll quite happily try and help you as well. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe and the bell button down there, because you will be notified every time I'm putting up stuff. But I do hope this video helps somebody as well, even if it just helps one person. Okay, like I said, I follow Greg, so I follow Remington James at the same time. Absolute legends. I mean, they've helped me out flipping wonders as well. Absolutely, I'm binge watching them. I mean, Greg puts out a video like four videos a day, I think, and I do try and get to at least 2 to 3 of his videos every day, because they're all very, very helpful. And then obviously you got Remington James as well. He puts up some pretty good stuff as well, and it's all about learning along as well. You just got to learn along the journey at the same time. So you could start here, and then the more and more you learn, the more knowledge you get. Then the more knowledge you get, the more knowledge you can then give to somebody else. Okay, because that's the whole idea of it. And this is what I'm doing. I've learned so much along my last 8 weeks. I've learned absolutely loads, and I'm just hoping, even if this video just helps out one person, that's fine. Okay, so remember, if you want to see any more footage, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, hit the bell button down there, and I'll see you guys in the next one.